This experience is actually very dear to my heart, and this was the experience that actually planted the seed of faith in my heart, the faith that Bhagwan was the ultimate, the supreme God. So this happened in March 1999. Uh, I was in my second year BCom, and Swami was in Brindavan then. And I was part of this. We have this self-reliance group in the hostel where each one takes up an activity for to make the hostel self-sustaining, also for us to learn these skills. And I was part of this maintenance and audiovisual group in Brindavan, and we had the privilege of standing inside Trai Brindavan during darshan to attend to the AV set and as well as the maintenance and other things. So I got this opportunity of standing in Trai a few times as a part of this group. And one of those days, it was in the afternoon, and Bhagwan, the doors of Trai Brindavan opened, and Swami stepped out into the bright sun in his bright ochre robe, and he slowly, gently walked down the stairs on the carpet towards Sai Ramesh Hall, and we students were there on the path nearby the carpet. As Swami was walking along the carpet, he took a diversion and went to the Tulsi plant kept near the Trai gates. He went to the Tulsi plant, he plucked a Tulsi leaf from it, and then he turned to me and indicated, "Do you want this?" So then I rushed towards Bhagwan and knelt down, and I thought Swami would put the Tulsi leaf into my mouth, and I opened my mouth. Then Swami told, "No, no, show me your hand." So then when I stretched my palm towards him, Swami placed his hand on my palm, and I was looking at Swami's face, and there was a slight twinkle in his eyes, and he was smiling mischievously. And I could feel that the Tulsi leaf, it didn't feel like Tulsi leaf, it was somewhat heavy. So then as Swami took out his hand, I saw on my palm that there was this gold coin shining on my palm. Swami had transformed that Tulsi leaf into a gold coin. And this was the one of the first few experiences that right happening to me, and I was thrilled. Swami then mentioned that this coin has the year of my birth on it, and he asked me to keep the coin safe, not to show it to anyone. Then he blessed me with Pada Namaskar, and then he proceeded into Sai Ramesh Hall for bhajans. So since Swami had mentioned that very categorically, when the bhajans were going on, I couldn't contain my curiosity. So then I went to a secluded corner of Trai, fished out the coin from my pocket, admired it to my heart's content, then made sure nobody was around, and then I took a tissue paper, folded it neatly in that, and kept it back safely in my trouser pocket. And in a short time, the Aarti began, and Swami was about to come into Trai. So then I went back and stood in my place, beaming with joy. And then as the door opened, Swami stepped into Trai from Ramesh Hall, and he looked at me very angrily. I was puzzled. Just a few minutes ago, he was so happy, he had gifted me a gold coin, and I was perplexed. What happened that Swami is now upset with me? He was looking very angry. So then as Swami came towards me, Swami said, "Hey, నేనేం చెప్పాను, ఎవరికి చూపించదు అని చెప్పాను, కానీ నేను ఇచ్చేటప్పుడే అందరూ చూశారు." So he mentioned, "I told you not to show the coin to anybody. But even as I was giving the coin to you, the warden, teachers, and other students have already seen the coin. Now give it back to me." So instructions were instructions. So then I fished out the tissue paper carefully from my trouser pocket, opened it, and I wanted to give the gold coin back to Swami. And to my utter horror, in the tissue paper, I saw that the gold coin had disappeared and there was a Tulsi leaf in its place. Imagine my plight. Swami was right there stretching and asking for the gold coin in front of right there in front of me. And there was no gold coin, and there was a Tulsi leaf in its place. I was dumbstruck. I don't know what was happening. And I was just opening my mouth, and I was like staring, gaping at Swami, not knowing how to respond. Swami then, told me, okay, eat the tulsi leaf, and then he proceeded towards the trai. I was still kneeling down and come to terms with what was happening, and Swami took a few steps ahead, turned back, looked at me, and told, "Ayo, papam, poor guy." So saying, he waved his hand and materialized the very same gold coin, called me, gave it to me, and then gave me namaskar and told, "Be careful, don't show it to anyone again." So, so then I made sure that I will never show it. In fact, even I don't see the coin too often. God knows how it may again disappear. So then Swami smiled, and then he went into try. So then I realized that this was one of his leela, the tricks that Swami was, that he acted so angry, but then this is what he wanted to show. And this
I was
experience.
tempted to ask you to show, but I will not ask you now.
Thank you. so so this experience was, this experience actually was a demonstration of the cosmic act of Bhagwan. You know, he is the creator. He had created the gold coin from nowhere. He had converted the tulsi leaf into gold coin. It was there with me for some time, and then it went back to him without my knowledge. And yet again, he materialized the very same gold coin and gave it to me. This was exactly the demonstration of that cosmic play of creation, sustenance, destruction, and reemergence being played out in front of my eyes in very, very short time in such a small and crisp manner. So
Beautiful.
this experience convinced me that he was he is Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, and even more than that. So this experience plant that seed of faith in my heart that Swami is Bhagwan, is Supreme One and none else.